Welcome back to school, and a big thanks to all my lovely students of DRS International School for joining me on what I like to call the voyage of the mind. Yes, my dear students. So, before we begin today, and I keep telling you that posture and breathing make a huge difference in meditation, isn't it? So, if you are not already on a nice firm chair with your back straight, then just pause this recording, all right? And go and find yourself a nice firm chair which keeps your back straight and ideally in a place that's kind of quiet and peaceful for today's meditation. I'm going to wait for you. So now that you are there, sit with your back straight. Just try to keep your feet firmly on the floor. When I do this, I like to rest my hands on my lap, palms up, and gently curled, fingers relaxed, so really no effort. I just focus on keeping my spine erect and my entire body completely relaxed. So now just start to slowly breathe, students, a bit deeper than you were just now, and a bit slower. That's it. Just in and out. Wonderful. At your own time, but just a little bit deeper and a little bit slower. If you like, a lot of students like to breathe in through their nose and just breathe out through their mouth. And that's perfectly okay with me. Perfectly okay. But the key, once again, a little bit deeper and a little bit slower. So just slow it down. And as you do so, start to soften your gaze if your eyes are still open. And when you feel comfortable and relaxed, gently close your eyes. That's it. Now, before we get into the heart of our meditation today, I'm going to give you a few reminders before we embark on this journey. See, students, this whole exercise is all about exploring your inner being. It's all about curiosity. It's about relaxation. There is no perfect way to meditate in this whole world. Understand that. Sometimes, students think that they are not doing it correctly or they are not doing it right because their mind is constantly wandering too much and then it causes stress to them. And that's the exact opposite of what you want your meditation to be like for you, isn't it? So, no need to stress about anything. It should be fun. Meditation should be fun. It should also be funny at moments. It should be very, very, very curious. You should be enjoying your meditation. In fact, in life, you should be enjoying whatever you do. And the same applies to your meditation as well. So, students never ever stress about it. Don't ever stress out thinking of meditation. Meditation should be enjoyable. Just keeping your eyes closed. If there are some random distractions, as there inevitably will be, it could be sounds around you, or it might be a part of your body that itches or tingles. Just don't let it stress you out, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Just accept it. It's a part of the universe, after all. You are a part of the universe. Understand that it is just the atoms and the molecules doing their job. That's what they are supposed to do in the universe. So it's perfectly natural. It's just the universe doing its thing, my students. And no worries if you need to scratch or adjust a part of your body. So, no reason to stress, no need to worry. Now, to add to the idea that this shouldn't be a stressful experience for all of you at all, I'm going to ask you to do something today that may or may not feel completely natural, okay? But it's okay. I just want you to smile right now. Give yourself a good smile with your eyes closed. Just smile. Now, obviously, we smile when we are happy, but sometimes making ourselves smile can actually make us a lot happier. It can make us a little bit less stressed. So, even if you need to force it, just do it and smile. And as much as possible, as we go through this meditation, as long as you don't have to force it too much on yourself, just try to keep a gentle smile on your face the whole time. All right, now let's get into it. So, one thing to keep in mind as we start trying to still our minds today is to just appreciate that you are alive. You are in this vast mystery that we call life, and that you are taking a pause to appreciate who you really are and the beauty of this mystery, this existence, this entire universe that all of us share with each other. So as you breathe deeper and slower, your eyes are closed and your body is relaxed. Just try to become aware of your own thoughts today. What are you thinking about right now, students? In this present moment, what are you thinking? Are they some random thoughts? Something you probably saw on TV? Is it something going on at home or during your online school classes these days? Are you thinking about some test or some assignment that you might have coming up later in the week? Or somebody at school you tend to think about quite a lot these days? So just observe your thoughts and don't try to fight them, okay? Don't oppose them, don't fight them. Just observe them. Very nice. And students, as you observe them, start to appreciate that you are not really your thoughts. You are something different than your thoughts. Appreciate this fact. They're all in there in your head, no doubt, with you. But clearly, you can observe them. You can see them come and you can see them go by. So clearly, you are not your thoughts. Sometimes we can also get lost in our thoughts. But I think that you can see right now that you are not your thoughts. You can actually observe your thoughts at a distance. Just begin to realize the ultimate truth, the cardinal truth, the fact of life that you are separate from your thoughts. You should not identify yourself with your thoughts. Just take a moment to appreciate this fact that you have just realized today. One metaphor that students sometimes use is that your thoughts are cars on the road or cars on a highway. And oftentimes, you know, we are in the middle of the highway, and those cars are bombarding us from all the different directions. They are hitting us, or we have to dodge them in some way or the other, or they start to overwhelm us, they start to damage us. But one thing to do in order to observe them is to get out of the highway. You don't have to really fight the thoughts, okay? Because those cars will keep on going by, they will never stop. But now that you are on the median, you are no longer on the highway, thankfully, you can see your thoughts go by, isn't it? And what you will often find is when you're observing your thoughts is that they start to slow down. That's the magic of it. The moment you start to observe them more and more, yes, they slow down. Wow, isn't that wonderful? And so, if your thoughts start to slow down, then great. Really embrace that. Start to realize what that feels like when your thoughts actually begin to slow down. And then, students, there are even going to be such moments when you have practically no thoughts. All the thoughts will stop. There will be no thoughts in your mind just by the sole practice of observing them. Just think about this for a moment with your eyes closed. For the next few breaths, I want you to try that. Try to have no thoughts. Just breathe in and breathe out, and no thoughts, just stillness, just your consciousness. You are in this universe. No time, no space. It's all in your mind. No thoughts, just stillness. Now, as you try to keep that state, your mind will inevitably wander. You're going to start thinking about an assignment that you have to do soon, probably, or you're going to think about something that you have to do this weekend, or someone that you think about a lot at school. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up if your mind wanders, because that is the very nature of your mind. So just mind yourself. Just gently nudge it back. Try to get back to the stillness of the present moment. Just say to yourself, look, I got a little bit distracted, but it's okay. I started thinking about something. That's funny. So now I'm going to get my mind back to the stillness. So I am going to try and slow down those cars once again. Just say that much to yourself. And gently breathe in once again. And slowly, slowly breathe it all out. And I'm going to give you a few minutes to just sit there in your stillness, just staying still, breathing in, breathing out, being still with your thoughts. Your mind wanders, no big deal. It's okay. Just try to nudge it back whenever you can. And if the silence starts to get to you a little bit, don't worry. I will be back for sure in just a few minutes. Now, and now that you had a little bit of time on your own, I'm going to start giving you some ideas. And this might just help you appreciate who you really are, students. You see, a lot of times we get caught up in the day to day. We start worrying about our test scores, or the things we have to do, or what people will think about us. But remind yourself that you are not that. You are not defined by your test scores. You are not defined by your grades. You are most certainly not defined by what people think about you. You are pure consciousness. You associate yourself with your body and with your thoughts sometimes, but they are just a part of you. They are not you. You are something deeper, and you are something far larger. In fact, the whole universe, if you really think about it, it's just a construction of your mind. Your mind has set up this beautiful simulation for you to enjoy. In theory, there is a universe out there. There are sound waves stimulating your ears, there are photons stimulating your eyes, there are air particles bouncing into your skin. But but from that input, your mind creates the reality that you are in. Would you realize that everything that you see is just a construct? It's a construct of your mind to make sense of all of that information. You realize that you are a lot more central than you might appreciate yourself before this meditation. And you also realize that the things that you might have been thinking about, things at school or what people think about you or your test scores maybe, those are nice. You should try to do what you can, but they don't define who you are. They don't define your reality. Think about how vast the universe is. Not just vast in space, but also vast in time. Just think about that. That puts some of our problems into perspective right there. Let's say 100 years from now or 1,000 years from now, will these problems be really that important? Really that significant? When you think about where you are right now on this planet, a part of the entire cosmos, are these issues really that significant, my dear students? So I give you a few more moments to just think about those ideas, to just think about the vastness of this universe and what a privilege it is to be a small participant in this universe, to see the whole beauty of it, and how small some of the things that we often define ourselves by really are. And so now, when you get a chance, just gently, with your eyes closed, start to feel and hear this room around you a little bit. Get a little more in touch with your own body. And then, whenever you are ready, you may just open your eyes and take these ideas. Take that stillness with you through the rest of your day, my students. And you should really thank yourself for taking the time out for doing this today. And I encourage you to make it a practice. I encourage you to make it a daily practice. Now, some of you might be skeptical, thinking, oh, what would a few minutes of meditation every day do for me? Or how can it help me? It does help. I can guarantee you that if you do it day in, day out, if you make a daily practice of it, if you do it regularly, then over a few weeks or maybe over a few months, you are going to notice some changes. You are going to see yourself more open to the experiences of life. You are going to see more beauty in more things in life. You're just going to have a positive energy that more and more people are going to want to connect with. You know, people are going to be drawn more to you, they will want to be friends with you. And you will also see that you're also beginning to do better at some of those things that we talked about earlier in this video. Remember? Because you are not stressed about them anymore. You enjoy doing them. You are enjoying what you are doing now. You're enjoying your assignments. You are doing what you can, but you are not attached to the outcome of that. You do your best now. Wherever the chips fall, trust me, it's going to be okay. So if things don't turn out, if they don't turn out the way you probably wanted them to turn out, then that's perfectly okay. You just accept where things are, okay? And you decide what are the other actions that you can probably take now. So you will just start assembling your actions piece by piece so that you can get to another outcome, an outcome after the outcome. And once again, mind you, if that other outcome is what you wanted, then by all means celebrate it. It's awesome. But if it isn't, then just accept it and move on from there. No big deal. Life should not be taken so seriously after all. So I'll leave you in this meditation. Thank you for joining, and once again, thanks for taking the time out for yourself. I'm so proud of you and I love you all.